What's up, everyone? In this video I'm going to be talking about some stuff I heard from Gamescom and what my general impressions are of the stuff that I paid attention to. Now, I didn't really pay attention too much to this year's Gamescom, mainly because I know that this year hasn't really been the best year for video games. I mean, since the new generation came out, there hasn't been many great, memorable games, and it feels like a drought is happening at the moment. And I keep waiting for big news to be revealed at these game events, but most times it's just the same old shit. Just showing trailers or games we've already seen plenty of, and not much new content is ever revealed, except mainly indies. Well, the first thing I will start off with is probably one of my biggest disappointments is BioWare revealing, I believe it's Shadow Realms, that's the name of it. When I first saw the trailer where they were talking like nightmares, I was really intrigued. I was like, is it BioWare making a new game? And when I saw the supernatural elements, I was like, oh, awesome, they're making another cool RPG, just like the Mass Effect and Dragon Age, but now it's going to be supernatural. And I expected it to be another cool series that BioWare could use. But then it was revealed that it's going to be a co-op action online RPG. And the second I heard it, I was just like, why are you doing this, BioWare? Stick to what you're great at, single player RPGs. And yeah, they've done some good co-op in the past, but honestly, that's not why I buy BioWare games. And they also said that the gameplay and story is going to release like a TV show episodically, and I'm like, what is the point? The only way that works is for Telltale, and they're like the only people I know who that works well for. I hate when things are split up, and especially for a BioWare game. I was expecting it to be a really deep, a new RPG series, but no, just turned out to be another generic online action RPG. No, mind you, it could be good, but honestly, I just know that eventually there's going to be microtransactions that are going to get involved and all this other bullshit, and honestly, I'm not excited at all. I was really let down by this announcement. And that's all I really want to say about that, because there's nothing really else I care to say about the game. Moving on. Might as well go on to the Assassin's Creed. More gameplay for Assassin's Creed Unity came out. And honestly, the game looks good. The graphics look good, the gameplay looks good, but there's nothing special. It seems like the same mold. I like the fact the ships are gone. Like, the ships are all grand, but honestly, that's not what the Assassin's Creed games are about. I'm happy that they're going back to their one city, Paris. And it does look interesting, but the only worries I have is the fact that they've implemented co-op, and it mightn't be ruin the game too much, but I just hate when they implement needless multiplayer features to a single player game. The Assassin's Creed storyline has been single player for years now. I know they're starting to add co-op, and worse than that, of course, when I heard this news, I was like, honestly, I wasn't so surprised given how the gaming industry is going, and that is, of course, microtransactions are going to be in Assassin's Creed Unity. I'm not sure if that's for co-op or multiplayer, but too many people are starting to abuse microtransactions, and I don't understand why. Yeah, well, okay, I understand why, it's over the money, but I made another video on this not long ago talking about how much greed is in the gaming industry now and how obsessed they are. And I really don't want to ramble on again, but when I saw the news I was just very let down, because honestly the Assassin's Creed series is starting to lose steam, but no, this is just like gradually nailing the final nails into the coffin, and I don't know how long more the series can go. But besides that, Unity still looks good. But then I saw Assassin's Creed Rogue, and this is where I truly believe Ubisoft are starting just to go downhill. I watched the brief demo. I watched a part of it, and I read the comments. They're saying it looks the exact same. So I said, I look at it, and by fuck, the ship battles, the movements, and even the combat, the kill moves that your character does are all identical to Edward Kenway, the last protagonist in Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. All the moves are exactly the same. It's basically just put a new skin over the same gameplay and decided, yeah, that'll do, we'll ship that. That is just lazy, and I really hate when they do stuff like that. I miss the days when the developers would take their time and make these great games that will try to be masterpieces. Now it's just a quick casting, and they're not memorable, and most times they're not even worth your time. It's very rare we get a quality game that is truly worth your time and stands the test of time at that. But that's enough of Assassin's Creed, because then we got Ubisoft's other flagship franchise, which is the Far Cry game. Now honestly, nothing for Far Cry has really disappointed me, but at the same time, it's probably just me, but I'm not too excited, because I just, like, with Far Cry 3, it was new. Like, the gameplay was new, especially compared to the other Far Cry games, but this just looks like a copy, just with mountains, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I'm not expecting anything special. And the one thing that did interest me was that part when it looked like he must be high and he's on an acid trip, and there's a tiger fighting him against zombies. But I just have a feeling that's going to be paid DLC or a pre-order bonus, because honestly at this point Ubisoft, they just don't surprise me. Ubisoft, Activision and EA, those three companies I just don't trust. At Ubisoft I still like, but soon I think they're just going to follow a similar path. They're like EA, they just have better games at the moment. But okay, now let's try to get to some more upbeat news, stuff that I actually did like. Hideo Kojima has announced Silent Hill. And he's working with, I hope I pronounced his name right. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce his first name, but Del Toro. And he is a legend in the horror movie business, I believe. No, I do know who he is, oh god, this is embarrassing. I know that he's a legend, and Hideo Kojima's statement saying he wants Silent Hill to scare the shit out of the player. This has me very interested, because it's been so long since I've been genuinely scared to play a game. But they released a demo called PT, which Kojima said was an experiment to see what they could do. And essentially, you're just walking through the same hallway, but gradually different things start happening, and you hear different sounds. And this, I have never been so scared in my life to play a video game, at least that I can remember, and it was genuinely frightening. And I was very happy to see that they seem to be putting a lot of effort into the scares. It's not just cheap jump up. The atmosphere is building, and just the surroundings, everything just plays into your mind. And it's not so, there's only like one or two jump scares through the hour or two that I played it, and honestly it was just very well done. You could tell that they're being taken care with the horror aspects, and if Silent Hill is anything like PT is, I cannot wait, and I will definitely be buying it. But saying that, who knows, the way this is going, the game industry could screw this up again, and who knows what will happen. The one thing I don't like about Silent Hill is that they have the Norman Reedus, I believe the actor who plays Daryl Dixon in The Walking Dead. I've no problem with the actor. He's one of the few entertaining parts left in Walking Dead. But why did they get him in Silent Hill? It just seems like a random choice. I also, they seem to get a lot of actors lately and putting them into video games, like Beyond with Ellen Page, and I just don't see why. What happened to the days when you could just design your own video game character? I mean, are we truly gone back to, are we really getting that lazy that they couldn't care to design their own character, just get a well-known actor to move a few copies? And also another thing, speaking of that, this is an old topic, but it still bothers me a bit. Kojima, why did you get rid of David Hare as Snake? I know this has been talked to death, but I haven't mentioned this yet. It just seems very disrespectful that you got rid of him after the years of work he put into the Metal Gear Solid series, just so you could get Kiefer Sutherland, a big name actor, just to move again more copies to people who aren't even fans of the franchise. Which is kind of weird considering we're on Metal Gear Solid 5, so if they're not fans, they're not going to be, even if there's a new big voice actor. Now, I'm a big fan of 24, but Kiefer Sutherland is it's not Snake, or Big Boss. Sure, he sounds good, but David Hare is always going to be Big Boss and Snake to me. And I just think, I still don't agree with what Kojima did. And Kojima, I never had a problem with him, but he seems to be doing a couple of stupid things lately that are making me question him and his metas. But moving on. Then we move on to Wild, a new PS4 exclusive, and they're talking about how there's going to be this giant landscape that's going to be like the size of Europe, I believe, or something. And it's going to be fast, and every time you play it, you'll find something new, and you can play as all these different animals, or a human, or whatever you do. And honestly, it does intrigue me, but I just don't have much hope for these type of promises, because I can never imagine them living up to it. And the thing is, what do you do in the game? It just looks like you walk around randomly exploring. But is there a point to the game, or anything? I don't know. I just can't get excited at the moment because there's so many things disappointing me. This Gamescom in general has been very disappointing, and I'm not the only one who said that. many people were, and I was expecting much better from Sony. I was expecting maybe more Uncharted 4 footage, maybe a new video game announcement, but nah, nothing. No, they're not at fault. Xbox is also to blame. I don't know, the gaming these days is just feeling very disappointing, and I don't know. I don't want to say it, but it's becoming irrelevant because all it is just quick castings. There's no heart to the gaming industry anymore. They don't seem to put too much effort into work. No, I'm not saying all gaming industry is like that, but the majority are. You can tell, you can easily tell, especially compared to the games of old. But moving on, I suppose we move on then to WWE 2K15. One of the few games I was actually pleasantly surprised. When they saw gameplay for the first time for WWE 2K15, I have to say, the graphics and gameplay have had a big improvement. The gameplay is not too improved, but the graphics look a lot better than previously. And I like the fact, it seems that 2K are seem to put a good bit of effort into improving WWE. And I'm happy to see some companies finally putting the effort to improve a franchise. And I'm looking forward to seeing how good it is when the final product is released. Because they only showed a few minutes of gameplay. And I believe that is it. Yeah, I believe that's all I wanted to talk about Gamescom. Because honestly, again, there wasn't too much to talk about. One thing before I end it, one thing I found quite funny actually, and was one of the highlights, was they showed new Metal Gear Solid 5 gameplay footage. And it showed Snake with a couple of new features to his cardboard box, and that is that he can have a picture of a soldier or women, and he can attach to the cardboard box, and he can use it to distract the soldiers. This is both extremely silly but fucking hilarious at the same time, and that's because Metal Gear Solid has always been a bit silly. It's part of its charm, and I just love that they're putting so much effort into the cardboard box of all things. Well, honestly, I'm not complaining because I think it's cool. And one of the weirdest things I've heard in a long time is that with your horse, you can make it poop anytime you want. And then if a car rolls over it, it will slide out and crash and stun all the soldiers. When I saw this in the gameplay demo, I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I don't mind it, it's just very unorthodox. It's especially, and that's saying something because this is a Metal Gear Solid game, but honestly, it made me laugh, and it's fucking funny when you see it. And honestly, it makes me look forward to the game even more, because it seems to be there's going to be all these unique features to it. And honestly, Metal Gear Solid 5 is one of the main games I'm looking forward to. Yeah, I've mentioned the game industry is not too good at the moment and not too exciting, but Metal Gear Solid 5 is one of the few bright parts of the industry, one of the games that I am still looking forward to and very interested in. And with that, I believe that's probably the end of the video. So as always, if you like, please comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.